Greetings. This morning I want to ask you a question. How do you see yourself as a melanated person? How do you see yourself as a black man or a black woman? And the reason why I'm asking you this question is because the way how I grew up and what I was taught to believe, it had an impact upon my life until I become more aware of who I am. You see, when you're born and grow up in the Caribbean, you've been raised to have a colonial mentality. Moreover, you've been raised to have a religious, super religious and superstitious mentality. Not forgetting that such mentality will keep you limited. And when you really come to think about it, such mentality will keep you in stupidity. It will keep you in mediocrity. And most of all, mental slavery. And that is why many people who have such mentality, they believe the land of opportunity is somewhere else outside of the country where they're born. But the land of opportunity is between your two ears. So, the concept you hold about yourself would mean the life that you would produce. You see, most people walk around with low self-esteem. Many people walk around believing that they're a sinner and they're in need of a savior. And such mentality will keep you believing that you're not worthy, believing that you are guilty of something that you have done. But I'm saying to you, you haven't done anything to appease an angry God. Because when you look deep within yourself, you would realize that you didn't born here in this world with the concept of a God outside of yourself. Everything you have ever experienced would ever experience, it is happening in consciousness. So consciousness is the only reality. So if you are not aware or conscious that your real identity is your divinity, you'll always live in mental slavery. And no one could emancipate you from mental slavery. Only you have to be willing to be open-minded and be willing to unlearn and relearn and reprogram your subconscious mind to break such a course. And such a course have been passed down and handed down from generation to generation to many melanated man and woman. And that is why the church program, because it's a program, and the school program have kept so many of our people in mental prison, mental slavery. We've become so much of consumers, in so much that, for example, in our country, they turn the banana industry, which are the agricultural industry, into a begging industry in terms of they turn from agriculture into tourism. And I remember quite vividly, I was walking across the police station in the city, and there's a certain area that more than one time they asked me to move from there, and they will remove me by force because I'm not supposed to be standing there. And one time they was only doing that because I was reading what was written there, and I was telling another man how even the police force started by a white man, and the first commissioner was a white man, and I started to talk about colonialism, and the police inside, they heard me, and they came out and they wanted us to, try to think they could exercise some sort of authority. They think they really have some sort of authority, yeah. Okay. And there were some white people who came on tourist ship that was there doing anything as they please. And I tried to their attention. And one of them told me if he didn't have any uniform, well, he would have told me from what he wouldn't have told me. Then another one said to me, "You're so dumb, haven't you ever heard about tourism?" So I said to him, that is more like horism to me, talking about tourism. You see, because why? That's how people have been programmed to think. And they've been programmed to look at other people and believe that those other people have more than them. But I'm saying to you that we all have the same power. And what gives me confidence is that when I look around and I see the soil from which everyone in this world have to get their food to eat from, that soil, the soil reflects me. The same complexion here is the same complexion of the soil. And everyone have to depend from that soil to eat food. So nobody can fool me. So my brother, my sister, I'm saying all of this because it is time for people to have different concept of themselves. It is time for people to have better self-esteem. It is time for you to speak the words that you are God in flesh, that I am God in flesh, and I can create my reality consciously. It is time for you to speak those things. It's time for you to say, everything is based on energy, vibration, and frequency, and I'm going to raise my frequency because I'm a vibratory being. It is time for you to say that I am the lender and I'm not the borrower. I am above and not beneath. I am the head. I am not the tail. It is time for people to confess and believe those things in their life. In my country, people are going to church every Saturday and every Sunday. Yet, they have so much yokes around their neck. Because why? They get wrapped up in loans and mortgages. And they get tied up in those loans and mortgages trying to build what? A big house. Instead of they build a commercial building, they're trying to build a living quarter. Do you know in my country, it's a shame you've been seen a certain way if you're renting. But you know, I'd rather be renting and own 10 businesses. And you realize every year they're offering them loans and mortgages to the bank, especially in December time. Even when they have carnival, they're lending them carnival loans. And what they're doing? They're signing, not knowing the ink in the pen represent their blood. They're under blood covenant to the banks and the credit unions. I don't want to have nothing to do with credit. Credit unions is a union of creditors. So my brother, my sisters, I'm saying all of this to help you to see yourself different. You can start from zero. Everything in this world starts with an idea. You tell me your mind so lazy that you can't sit down and think about idea. You tell me you're so busy that you can't learn to go sit down. You know, I had to give up my job in the post office so I could relax myself and really get to think. I spent a whole year doing no work. And then, before I even start teaching on YouTube and so on, and had my big spiritual experience, when I leave the gym that I was with, and I tell the man, I say, please don't try to understand me. I have two sides. I have a physical and a spiritual side. This is time for me to see the spiritual side. Don't try to understand why I live in. Man, you have nothing. And that man still hold that thing up against me up to this day. So, my brother, my sisters, I'm saying all of this to say, you have to see yourself at a higher place. You have to see yourself more valuable. You have to see yourself more important. And you have to learn to give a more better service to humanity. So if the work you're doing, you're getting a certain pay, it's because you're only giving certain service. But if you believe that you want more, if you believe that you can accomplish more in life, you will have to probably make a sacrifice. When I leave my job, and I leave more than one job, sacrifice I was making. I remember quite vividly when I was a fitness trainer at the Bukumembe Resort, which now turned to Sandals, which I wrote a book, Bukumembe Resort Messenger. I remember when the white boy think he could outsmart me. First of all, they had a man who didn't even qualify. When it's time for the guests to do yoga, this English boy whispering to me, telling me he can't do it. And the reason why he's telling me that, well, he can't do it is because when people come and they don't already announce, well, this person coming down and they could do yoga, you know, they've been in a yoga class in England or wherever, and so on. He used to come and tell me, "You the man." So I said, "No, you the man." And we were going back and forth until he accepted and tell me, "I don't know." Yet they wanted to send this man back to his country to go do a crash course and come back and wanted to put it over me. I think they could check me, so I wait until he go up and then I deal with them. And this man say, "Oh, Mr. Hansen, he's just a bit upset for now. Let me Mr. Hansen go for a drive, you know, and talk this thing out." I'd go for the drive for him. Yeah, you know, you go home today Sunday, you said you're not coming, but you're going home. But I know you because you know how you feel at the time. Go home, and to Monday morning, which is tomorrow, which was like the Monday, you go to HR and you make a report. The HR woman was a clown. Was a woman who looks just like me from the same country. She was a clown. So I know all of that. I said to myself, I wonder who he think he's checking. So I said, "Okay, yeah, sure. Monday morning I'll come and I'll go to HR and I will put my issues there with the HR. They never see me again. So my brother and my sister is how you see yourself. Because I remember I told them, I said, I do not have a slave mentality or indentured servant mentality. I say, and when I leave here, God ain't gonna let me down. Never. And you realize, right? I have a business right now. And when I leave that place, and I went to him, I said, I'm not leaving this house and go anywhere to look for any job with anyone, me working with no man. Whatever I supposed to do, come in right here and meet me right here in this house. You know, that's exactly what happened. And up to this, they have that business over what? I leave Bookman Bay Resort around 2013. Yeah. No, around 2012, something like that. Okay. And I think I got the business 2013. I have the business up to this day. You understand? So, my brother and my sister, I'm saying all of this to say you have to have the right concept of yourself. You have to see yourself a certain way and act that way. Okay? Because your belief system is what is your belief system is what is basically programming you. Okay, and whatever program you're on, that is the reality you can get in this outer three-dimensional physical world. So I'm saying start from within. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Everything is within. All is mine. So with that being said, my brother and sisters, I want to come to a close. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, and definitely I want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you'd like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And not forgetting my latest book, The Secret Vagina, Mystery of the Virgin Birth. I'll definitely encourage you to get that book. Okay? Also, Spiritual Recipe for Better Living, Your Mood is Your Fortune, and so on. Also, if you'd like to become a part of my Patreon community, you are most welcome. And I have a course there for people donating $20 or more. It's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciousness. And along with that is a bonus course and self-concept. Also, if you want to do a one-on-one with me, you can definitely reach out to me and we can definitely go deeper down the rabbit hole. Maybe you might want to take this knowledge further. You might want to start your own ministry, do your own business, your own LLC, doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, I'm telling you, this knowledge will help you. Okay, so feel free to reach out to me. Let us work together. But make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below. So with that being said, I just want to say peace. I love you all. I'm out.